All right, let's go. Ayo, we're three hot guys sharing our opinions because we're special and different. Gold medals, we're winning. Can't help it if we're burdened by our intellect. You can play checkers while we pretend we know the rules to chess. The council has spoken, and we are the chosen. Your nose is broken because I broke it.
This sucks.
And welcome back to another episode of Will of the Council. I'm your host, Joseph. I've got Jordan in the booth.
That's me. I'm sitting here nice and comfy in the booth.
I've got Danny also in the booth. What are you two doing in the booth together?
Dude,
We'll
just let
never
me
tell.
relax, okay? I got a long day.
And of course, we've got Becky on the ones and twos. How is everybody doing today?
I'm pretty good. I am kind of hungry though. I've been waiting for my food to be specially delivered to me.
Yeah, me too, actually.
my
Wait,
God.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's actually that's ridiculous because I too have gone onto the internet and utilized a mechanism to get food put in my hand.
Really?
And I haven't gotten it yet. I don't understand what's going on.
So all three of us have used our magic device to get food specially teleported into our hands. And it has not appeared yet. I think this is wokeness's fault.
I would say it's woke fault.
This is woke.
Folks, if you haven't been on Twitter all week, first off, congratulations.
Congrats. God bless.
I mean, you're living the dream. But some of us don't have that luxury because we have a job that requires us to be on Twitter or some sort of brain parasite that requires us to be on Twitter. And all people have been talking about all week is if it's ethical or not to order DoorDash.
And as a fun little side, this isn't the first time they've done this either.
We do this like monthly at this point. Is it okay to have DoorDash? It's like basically what happens is everyone, I think we can all agree, everyone on the planet, but especially everybody in the United States, orders takeout just a little bit more than they probably should, right?
Mhm.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I would
And
agree.
listen, I mean, I will just give you all the pass. If you are ordering takeout a little more than you should, you're allowed to order it as much as you want. All you got to do is one simple thing, which is feel a little bad about it. You gotta once or twice a week when you order takeout, when you eat it, you gotta go, I should have cooked something instead. And then you can eat it normally. But instead, people have spent a week bending over backwards to invent a scenario in which it's like, actually, it's revolutionary. Actually, it's like extremely it's praxis to order from DoorDash. I mean, I'm tired of pretending that it's not.
It's very ableist to think that if you don't let me order my sushi, it's pretty much causing an ableism.
Yeah, that's true.
I also this has been a part of the evolving discourse is it just like actually fascist that when you order from DoorDash in an apartment, sometimes they require you to meet them in the lobby instead of giving it to you at your door.
Mhm. Yeah.
Listen, we're all lazy, right? All you got to do is feel a little bad about it.
Yeah.
It's just so simple. I don't know. The one that's going off today, which is really irritating, is someone actually figured out an argument that I think completely walls this, which is, why don't you just get frozen food? And I'm sorry, it does resolve every outstanding issue with like the preventing me from getting treats delivered to my house is actually fascist. Frozen food clears. I hate to be like this.
Nah, frozen food does solve a lot of these problems. But I had a really hard day, and my DoorDash slave did not bring my food directly to my porch or directly to my my kitchen counter.
What the heck?
I'm a small bean. Where's my DoorDash slave?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
That's
small
what I'm
bean.
saying.
Please deliver my groceries to my door. I can't. In fact, if I look at another person, it upsets me greatly.
No, it's actually
I want you to imagine a person who is physically unable through some means, maybe they've been glued to their chair in like a Wile E. Coyote style event, who is unable to exit their room, but still requires nourishment. right? Like, shouldn't DoorDash exist for that person? Like, shouldn't DoorDash exist for the coyotes of the world who were just trying to get a Roadrunner and then ended up in a scenario where, like, an Acme brand instrument is lodged inside their body, preventing them from exiting their bedroom? I mean, I'm not that person,
What are you
but, like,
talking
shouldn't
about?
DoorDash exist for that person?
Well, yes. I mean, obviously, obviously there are people who literally might be sick or handicapped for, let's say you broke your legs, right? And you can't move, and you go, well, and I've done this where, like, I'm really sick and I live by myself, and I'm just like, okay, I can't move, right? I'm just gonna order, I don't know, Panera or something and get some soup. Yeah, like, that's normal. That's not like, it's not ableist if I can't do that. It's just like, I'll find a way to eat. And if the DoorDash driver can't do it or something, I'll figure something else out,
Also, isn't it like, a DoorDash driver isn't always going to be able to get into an apartment because apartments, like, require keys and stuff like that to, like, get into the apartment complex to get into your porch. Like, sometimes, like, I don't know. This discourse is so bizarre to me, actually. I just need to take a step back. Like, this one's weird, right? This one's... I don't understand. Sometimes people have to divine epic leftism around every single possible topic there is to potentially argue about. And I also understand that everything is political, but I don't know. You can just get frozen food. Like... I mean,
or you can order out. Just feel a little bad about it. That's all I ask.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you can just be like, I probably could have cooked, or I could have done this, that, the other, but I just want it, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You can just be a little selfish sometimes and say, I don't want, it's probably not the best, because I have this internal battle every day of like, well, if I'll just go pick it up, and you save money and time, etc. And sometimes you're not up to it, and you go, I should have done it, but I don't have too much time today. Here we go.
Yeah.
And done. That's it.
Here's what I don't get is, like, why do we need a day and a half of this? Like, why do we need to talk about this for a week? Like, can't people just be like, I could probably eat out more, but I don't. For some reason, every single thing that people do online can't be part of, like, a complex, nuanced system where, like, sometimes people do things for selfish or poorly motivated or stupid reasons. It has to be, I am acting like a moral paragon in every individual instance, and I have to spend hours a day justifying how that is the case.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm just like, why don't you just not do that? Why don't you just be like, yeah, my bad, G?
Yeah, like, okay, the gig economy exists, like, but people do, like, the gig economy sucks, of course, right? Capitalism bad, etc., so on and so forth. But, like, the gig economy does exist, and people do, they are employed by the gig economy, and they are making money off of it. So, like, if you need to use DoorDash, just use DoorDash. You can acknowledge that something sucks, but also participate in it, right? Like, that is a thing you are allowed to do. Like,
I mean, we've had delivery forever.
Yes.
Why did it all of a sudden become like a culture war thing?
What is happening? Pizza delivery has been a thing since, the 30-minute deliveries. It's pizza. It's like, if it wasn't DoorDash, it was, all of the restaurants were figuring out to deliver it anyway. They hired delivery boys.
And I guess, like, the argument is that, they're employed by like a company at that point rather than employed, like, gig economy wise. And it's like, I mean, that's fair, but it's not like the pizza place is giving the person health insurance anyway, right? Like, both employment situations are bad, whether you're employed by a techno phone god or Jet's Pizza. Like, it's still bad.
Sucks.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Well, now that we're done being mean to people for simply eating,
that's
true. Are you guys ready to be mean to people for Reddit reasons?
I'm always ready to do that.
I'm always ready for that.
Come on, Chief.
We got 3 bangers today, and these 3 bangers, I think every single one was sent to us. So we didn't have to do any research. These were all handed to us, which is in many ways analogous to the DoorDash situation. But they're all about an interpersonal relationship. It's about a man and a woman and their problems. And we're pretty qualified to deal with these. So
Yep.
I'm excited to jump into the first one. How about you?
I'm so ready. I'm looking at the title of
Get
one of
me in here.
these, and I can't wait.
I hope you do. I hope you
All
do
right.
the one I sent over first.
We are.
Yeah.
So we're going to begin with this one comes from, it's a couple of months old, but it comes from a Twitter post that went pretty viral. It's from Am I the Asshole? And the title of the post is, Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law that she is extremely weird?
Can I do a Can I do a? We don't do this often. Can I do a shot in the dark based off the title?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, please do.
No, I'm just gonna bet that my opinion. I did not pre-read, so sorry I
Okay.
didn't do my homework. But I'm just gonna bet that my opinion on this is going to be no.
Okay. So your opinion, just to reiterate, that you do not think this person is the asshole for telling their sister-in-law that she is extremely weird.
I do not. I'm
Okay.
just gonna
Okay.
take a.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Just-
take a guess and say I don't think this person's gonna be an asshole. So
Okay.
there you go.
All right, lock it
I'm
in.
locked in.
Lock it
I'm
in.
locking it in.
All right. So it begins like this. So I, 27F, am pregnant with my last child. Me and my husband already have one daughter, and we both feel that 2 is enough for us. My sister-in-law and brother, both 30, have 4 kids, 1 daughter and 3 sons. I just found out I'm going to have another girl. We announced it over dinner. Everybody congratulated us. But
Good.
after dinner,
Great.
my sister-in-law took me to the side and told me it was completely fine to feel devastated by the bad news. I asked what she meant, and she told me that even though she loves her daughter, remember she has 1 and 3, no love compares to the love she feels for her sons. I told her I am in no way dissatisfied with the news, and I'm glad with whatever gender as long as they're healthy. She told me it was okay to be in denial, and that if I ever felt it was too hard on me, I could always talk to her. I walked away, but not before I said, "You're extremely weird." You know that? My husband and I left right after. Later that night, my brother texted me telling me off, saying his wife was just showing compassion and trying to be understanding, and that just because I'm sad about it doesn't mean she deserves my treatment of her. I feel like I may have been a bit harsh because my brother rarely gets upset with people, but he is very upset with me now. Am I the asshole?
Oh man,
Peeps,
Okay.
how does this compare, Jordan, to your original interpretation?
Oh, it over compares. It like extra ultra goofy mode omni compares.
Gorge.
Yeah, this is nuts. What the fuck is this shit? Okay, this has got to be like I'm trying to divine what ridiculous belief system would spawn an attitude like this of feeling sad that you're I don't know. It's like I'm sad that I'm having a daughter instead of a son, which is like misogyny, patriarchy. That's what it is. It's just patriarchy. Yeah, that's it. It's like, the thing that's existed for years and still exists. Oh, that one. Yeah, okay. Wow, this is. I mean, what do you even say? Like, my jaw is on the floor. It's a miracle that I'm talking into the microphone right now. I'm sorry. It's okay. I know. You didn't want a girl. You wanted a boy because men are just, they're so much better than us, right? Like, what is wrong with you?
Maybe this will change when like I have children or something, but I do like that some of the comments on this post are like, you are the asshole. There is a special bond that exists between men and their
Stop.
moms
There's
that you
no
will
way
never
that's-
experience.
No.
It's like I feel sorry for the daughters of these people. Like, what the
What
fuck?
the fuck
Like,
is wrong with you? Like, oh my god.
I'm thinking I am doing the same calculus you are, Jordan. I'm like, is this a religion? Is
Yes.
it like
Yeah.
a cultural
a good
thing? Is there some sort of like,
Check.
oh, like we want a I understand like the process of being like, I need to sire an heir type shit, right? And that's mostly guys. But to my understanding, it doesn't seem like there's anything in this post or the comments that would imply that like there's any reason to care if it's a man or a woman.
Like, what baffles me here is the sister-in-law was like completely of the belief that the poster was hiding their disappointment. Right?
It's so funny.
Like,
it's so funny that he like calls her out. He's like, you shouldn't have been so mean to my sister-in-law just because you're sad about it and in denial. It's like, what are you talking about?
I've never like expressed this disappointment that you made up about me. This is patriarchal strawmanism is what it is. Like,
I just keep thinking about her being like, you are extremely weird.
yes.
That's so funny. It's correct. It's
that's
100%
just
correct.
That's what I would say.
It's
Like,
awesome.
What else do you say here?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I could call you a misogynist or something, but it's just like, look, you're just weird. Like, you're just weird. Why would you say this to me? Why would you assume that I feel this way? Like, you are just weird.
So like she had, the sister-in-law in question had 3 sons, and then the daughter comes and they are like, no, anything but no.
Fuck.
I just imagine
my
a
God.
scenario where they're like, no, I can't, I wanted a 4th.
Yeah, what? Like, how does the, like, I know you mentioned it before, Joseph, but how does the
You
daughter
took
feel?
my only son. Now I'm gonna starve. No, it is so weird. Though I am being exposed by virtue of the comment section to an entire world I was unfamiliar with. Of apparently this is a phenomenon that's pretty common, and they're calling it they're calling it boy moms in the comments.
Oh, God.
Have any of you ever seen
oh
these?
my God.
No,
yes.
I've never seen
yeah,
a
yeah.
boy mom.
Says,
what are you talking about?
I have
Okay, all right.
This person is going, I have a relative who was a psychiatrist, and he used to say, some women love their sons and raise their daughters. Apparently, it is disgustingly common.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. This is it's like an Instagram bio thing,
Yeah.
Like somebody
Yeah.
puts boy
Ew.
mom in their bio. I'm not saying that everybody who does that or everybody who puts boy mom in their bio does that, but like it is like a label. There I don't know. It's like this special rite of passage to be a boy mom. It's like a whole different parenting experience. It's just, oh man, it's bizarre. It's bizarre.
You know what it is? I hate to be misogynistic this early. I think some women just hate other women, even if the woman is their fucking child. It's misogyny. It's
Yes,
gross.
it is.
And I will say I do know some people who refer to themselves as boy moms and mean something completely different. But that's neither here nor there.
You're done, dude. You're so done.
It's funny. I think that the brother reinforces this. It's funny that she says it at all. But far and away, my favorite part is the response being, "You're such a little creature. Like you're a little critter, man. What's going on with you? You are an interesting little dude.
Yeah.
You're weird, buddy.
You're weird.
It's just the
You're
best
weird.
response. Like, how else do you respond? You are weird. And yeah. It's also like the harshest insult to get. You know what I mean? Because like weird means it's a compilation of a bunch of different things that are wrong about you, right? Like it's not like here's the specific thing you're doing that's wrong. Weird is like there is a amalgamation of problems that you have and things about you that make me uncomfortable, and I'm not even gonna bother to tell you what they are. It's just you are weird, and it's right. She was just right.
Vibes are off.
Yep.
Vibes are off.
100%.
Correct.
I feel bad for the daughter. In this
I was
situation.
just thinking that.
Of
I was
the boy
like,
mom.
I feel so bad for this daughter.
Yeah. That's so gross.
Decision time.
All right, so I guess we can probably 3-2 this. How do we feel about the woman who told the sister-in-law she's weird? Is she the asshole? 1, 2, 3.
No.
No, not at all. Oh my
No.
gosh. I really nailed it.
Yeah, Jordan
Listener.
with psychic vision.
Yeah, I had
Frame 0.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to be epic and based and try to call it out from the front, but I just knew. I had the vibes, and I was like, telling my sister-in-law she's extremely weird. I know this is the good thing to do. I know this was right.
Always gonna be good.
I know exactly.
The council has spoken.
Okay, we went from a very strange one, where the mother is some sort of weird freak, to a one where the mother is playing a different role. This is 22 days old, and it's a very highly upvoted post. Title of this one is, "Am I the asshole for telling my son's girlfriend to break up with him?"
Wait a minute. So last week you brought us, "Am I the asshole for telling my son to break up with his wife?" And now you found, "Am I the asshole for telling my son's girlfriend instead of the son?" How do you do this, dude?
Yeah, see,
No, this is
this is the
redemption
thing
for
is,
me.
I like the concept of instead of telling the son to break up, telling the girl to break up. I think it's a fun other dynamic.
Yeah, this is definitely sitcom worthy, right? Like, this is something that you'd find and on TV and be like, "Uh-oh, shenanigans ensue."
No, I'm so glad you did this, because I literally made an ass of myself last episode for just completely misreading a sentence of the post that made my entire opinion change. So, all right, I'm locked in.
That's
focused.
why we're here, bucko.
I know.
Mhm.
I'm back. I'm paying
got it.
attention. I'm not gonna fuck this one up. Okay, my position on the council will not be swayed here.
All right. Are you ready for me to read it out to you?
Yes.
Do it.
My F41 son, M20, has been in a relationship with his girlfriend, Lily, F20, for about 3 years now. That's a nice name, Lily.
It's a
That's
great
nice
name.
Yeah. Very cute.
I love my son,
End of post.
but I hate to say this.
I love my son.
Asshole.
I love my son, but I hate to say this. He's turned out not to be a very good person. He has very little work ethic. He has no desire to get a job or go to college. He spends most of his time gaming or partying. Lily, his girlfriend, on the other hand, is the polar opposite. She's studious, has aspirations to be a doctor, is a good swimmer, and is away at college. When my son and Lily first got together in high school, they were an excellent match. We loved having Lily over, and my son definitely took more care of himself. Since then, it's rapidly deteriorated. I know my son still loves Lily, but he never gives her the attention she deserves, and with her clear potential, I just feel like she deserves better. When Lily came to visit a few days ago, she was visibly upset. While my son went to the store, I asked her if she was okay, and she told me she didn't know what to do anymore. She wondered why my son had such little ambition, why he was so lazy. I told her I don't see it changing anytime soon, as that's my view, given it's been ongoing for about 2 years. When she asked me what I would do in her situation, I told her, put herself first and do what you want. Lily thanked me and said she was going to think about some things. Well, earlier today, my son comes downstairs in a rage. He told me that Lily had broken up with him via text. I asked him what she said, and apparently the message referred to a discussion with your mom that had made her rethink the relationship. My son was livid I'd gotten involved and said I'd overstepped my boundaries. I told him I did not advise Lily to leave him. I just said she had to make her own choices and decide what was best for her. My son is not talking to me. My husband is annoyed, believing that having no Lily will make my son's rut last even longer. I also miss having Lily around. Am I the asshole?
Let me at this.
Okay.
Go for it, Danny.
Oh, no. You are normal.
Okay.
To me, I think that she absolutely has every right to just, very politely check in. She mentioned it herself. She didn't tell her to break up with her or break up with their son. And clearly it hurt her too. So no, you're not the asshole. And you also didn't even tell them to break up with him. I think you are extremely normal and that your son is mad about it. Sorry.
Okay. Joseph, why don't you go?
Yeah, I'm sorry your son sucks. That's rough. He like came out wrong. You got to put him back in. Get him to cook a little bit more. No, I mean, this is I hate to be like this, but this is a distressingly familiar situation, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, to me, the number one thing that is attractive to me in a relationship is ambition. I think it's great. But it's really everything from stem to stern stinks about this one. If you date someone, especially in high school, into college, you know, for like a long time, they do kind of become part of your family. So I understand the mom. I think the mom here did a really good job in not saying, Lily, break up with my son, because I think that would have been overstepping her boundaries.
Yes.
But for some people, you know, you don't have a lot of familial support. And sometimes like an in-law's parents can be like a rock that you kind of have to test yourself against. And you have to be like, hey, you know, I know this is weird to ask, but what would you do in my situation? Think the mom navigated it great by being like, you need to prioritize your own needs and, you know, just do what you got to do. I think that Lily is in a really rough position. I understand being like, I feel like my SO hasn't improved. I've given him chances. And the mom being like, I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. I think the dad sucks for saying,
thank you.
well, now that Lily's gone, it's going to last even longer. It's like,
be
well, no
worse.
fucking
Yeah.
duh.
Well, yeah.
You know,
it's not getting
it's
any
actually
better.
not her job.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
not.
Hey, man,
Not her
be
job
a
to
better
fix.
dad, actually.
Yeah, maybe, you know, but I would say it is a rough situation, and you do feel like probably you're working against your own kid to some regard, which you really don't want to do. I think the mom has navigated it the best she could, and I think it's ended in a position that's much better, both for Lily and her son, because her son isn't ruining someone's life, and Lily is able to get on with hers. I think she did a great job. I'm impressed.
All right. Here's what I'm going to say about this. This
Okay.
is the best thing you can do as a parent.
Yes.
I am sorry to like
Yes.
this is the best thing you can do, and there's a couple reasons for this. If the mom was to, you know, stray away, or if she was to push Lily towards staying with her son, that would be one, coddling the son like crazy.
Ugh.
Like
So true. Good
like,
point.
oh my gosh, like, oh, I'm a boy mom, and I'm gonna I'm gonna protect my son's heart at all costs. No, this is exactly what needed to happen, because your son is 20, he's an adult. Lily is 20, she's an adult. They have to make decisions that will make them happy, and the mom knew her son needed this, a slap in the face as to his behavior. Okay? Because if, you know, there was nothing that was going to pull him out of it at that point, right? Now this puts the son in a position of, wow, like, I need to really be self-aware and look inward and figure out why I just got dumped by an apparently amazing woman. Lily seems like a phenomenal catch, and he just showed no ambition and lost it. You know, I got broken up this way from a pretty serious relationship before. I did.
Oh, were you the lazy
absolutely.
gamer, or were you the?
I was the lazy gamer, no ambition,
Wow.
failed classes, that kind of stuff. Yeah, for sure. And that breakup that I went through was the thing that completely saved my life. It put me on a completely positive trajectory. I changed so many of my opinions. I gathered ambitions. I found a career, like everything. If it was not for that breakup, I don't think I would be the person I am today. So, like, honestly, man, it is so important to have your comeuppance sometimes, you know, to have your consequences of your actions. It
That
will
wake
help
up,
you.
that
Yeah,
shake.
Wake up. Yes. And the mom facilitated that. The mom went, you know what? If you are, Lily, if you are not feeling good about this relationship, I have seen these behaviors of my son too. I cannot lie to you. I know my son is going down this path and is being very lazy and is losing ambition, etc., so on and so forth. You got to do what you got to do. That was, bar none, the best thing to do in that situation. I mean, I think the mom is so not an asshole. I think she handled everything here literally perfect.
Yeah. I want to talk a little bit on Lily's corner, because definitely something similar to me happened where I feel like I always asked people's advice on like my relationship, etc. And of course, a lot of people's advice tends to be pretty extreme, like you should just break up, you should do this, you should do that, and that was kind of counterintuitive to what I like wanted or what I thought would be good, etc.
Oh yeah.
And as I got older and I started, I kept telling people or etc. or if I was confiding in someone, I actually spoke to my manager a couple years back about like, I was doing great at work and I was like, work's fine, but my personal life kind of sucks. And some of the best feeling advice I got was that he was always like, I'm not, like, I think you should take care of yourself, number one. And you should do whatever helps you because you got to put yourself in front. And he never expressed it in a way that was like, your girlfriend sucks and your relationship sucks, she's the reason, blah, blah, blah. It was always just, what do you want to be better?
Yeah.
And that's where I was like, wow, he's not saying that I suck or that my girlfriend sucks. He's just like, oh my God, I've got it. Like, I want to be better and this is not helping. And it's moments like that are so rare, but help like push people like Lily to a point they're like, oh my God, I know what I want. And it's not this.
Oh, yep. That's that right there. I'm gonna use my social work degree a little bit here. I'm not using it for my career, so I might as well use it here.
Let's go.
That is like the full mindset that you have to have as like a mental health specialist or like a therapist or basically anybody that like.
He was a coach, funnily enough.
Well, I mean, it shows there too, because you have to empower people to figure out what they want and like figure out the route that they need to go down themselves, right? Like a therapist is never going to give you direct advice. You know what I mean? And if they do, they're not a good therapist. Just point that out there. But like they are going to give you the tools to figure out how to empower you to figure out what you need and what you need to do. That kind of stuff, right? So a person that listens to you and gives you the tools or sort of guides you in a direction where you can figure it out is exactly like just like actively listen to you too, right? Don't insert themselves into the situation, but I don't know. Just the empowering part is the whole part of it, right?
It's a delicate balance.
Exactly, it's a delicate balance, and the mom did it so well. It's good to have a person to also listen to you too, to hear you. Because if you have somebody that's constantly giving you what they think are solutions, that's also so annoying, right? Like you just said, Danny, people telling me, well, you got to break up with her. This is exactly what you need to do. Like sometimes that's not what you want to hear. You want to be heard, not to be told what to do, And that distinction is also very important for people.
I will say, I think that a significant amount of the comments within this one are like, there's the top rated ones are that you're not the asshole, unsurprisingly. Right. But there's a lot of like, you are the asshole because just because your son is lazy or depressed or a gamer doesn't mean he's like this unfixable bad person. And like, one, I would say we don't have the insight into this kid the same way that the mom does. And two, I don't think she is so much saying he's directionless. Like, I think I know a lot of people, and myself included, who have found themselves at points in life where they're like, I don't really know what I want to do with myself. But there's a difference between like being directionless and like refusing to find any sort of direction whatsoever.
Right. Right.
Like, and I think that, and for the people being like, what if he's depressed? It's like, okay, well, what if he's depressed? Then like the situation becomes, is it Lily's job to fix his depression?
I was just going to say that. Like,
I don't know.
Throughout all of these comments, like, regardless of his personal situation, how he feels, whatever, it is not his partner's job to fix him. Like,
you can write excuses all day, but it says in the original post that he is not making time for his significant other, instead choosing to game or party, and like, okay, that's that.
Yeah.
You can write diagnoses until you're blue in the face, but like, if you are neglecting your partner, they are within their rights to feel frustrated about it.
That I don't know. I can't understand this mindset where like your partner has to be responsible for like fixing you or guiding you through life.
It's a bunch of loser Redditors that are
Yeah.
hoping that some woman is going to fix them. That's what it is.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
You know that's what it
yeah.
is.
I do. You're right. You're right. That is exactly what it is. It's like
And if you, dear listener, identify with the guy in this situation, I'm just here to tell you, no female is going to knock on your door and fix your shit. You're going to fix your
You
shit.
can do
You
it.
can, but it's not going to happen because fucking Freerin breaks down your door or whatever.
what?
Well, Jordan just described how he was this guy.
That's
he
exactly.
realized.
I literally was this guy, like to a T. And I'm sorry, you have to understand that you are bringing yourself to a relationship. You're not just all of a sudden coalesce with your partner as like one being in a relationship. No, like you have to be desirable throughout the relationship, and you have to have your own aspirations and shit that you want to do. Clearly, Lily was at a different phase of her life. She wanted to be a doctor, good swimmer, going to college, pushing towards goals. And yeah, it's really unattractive and lame to like not have goals that you want to push for. Even if it wasn't going to college, I don't know if we want to be epically leftist about it and be like, well, college is expensive and blah, blah, blah. Like, all he's doing is gaming and partying, like not pushing towards any kind of goal. I'm sorry. It's just not attractive to just be listless and like aimless in life. Cause I was that. I know what it's like. It's not good. Like,
One thing I want to say is a lot of people are like, you're prioritizing Lily over your son, which I don't think is true. But also, like, I think it's important to recognize for some of these people, no, Lily is not this person's child. But Lily has been a part of her son's life for so long that each of the parents have an individual relationship with Lily. Like, she is a family friend regardless of her relationship with your son. Like, I don't think you necessarily have an obligation to them, but people are pretending like, a stranger showed up and was like, should I break up with your son? And you were like, I'll console you. This is probably a person that this person has consoled on a regular basis for years. Like, I don't know.
She has treated Lily like family, essentially.
Yes.
100%.
Well, essentially, like at some point, like absent the kid dropping off, you were probably expecting she would be family.
Exactly.
And here we are.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's such a good point. And I don't know. It's treating the mother treating the son like an individual. It's treating their kid like an individual. You know what I mean? Like when you treat your kid like an individual human, you can also understand the faults that this human has,
Yeah.
Like just because they are your kid, they are not like, you are not their God savior that you have to protect at all costs, right? If your son is fucking up, then you can act in such a manner that you realize that he's fucking up. You know what I mean? Like, even morally, like, that Lily is unhappy. Do you as a person pressure Lily to be in an unhappy relationship? Like, no. Like, there's just no grounds to think that this mom is the asshole here, literally at all. There is, like...
All right, on that note, you want to vote?
Yeah, sure.
There's one last thing. There's one last story I wanted to tell.
Yeah.
And it reminds me a lot of this too. Is that when I was back with my ex-partner, we were around with her.
You were Lily.
Yeah, I literally was Lily. We were with her in-laws actually, and I didn't know her in-laws super well, but we were in a pretty bad spot in our relationship, and she looked at both of us, and she told my ex that she was like, if I'm looking at your relationship right now, she like points at me and she's like, he is a bird in a cage and he is trying to fly out. He's trying to fly and you're not letting him. You're not letting him fly out. That's what's going on here. And she loves this in-law, or this is her aunt. I won't call them in-laws because we weren't married, but this was her aunt, and her aunt told her this to and me in like the same room. And back then I didn't realize how like, effective that sentence was, but I'll never forget it today.
Yeah.
I will never forget when she said that. So that's it.
Yeah. Wow, that is. I mean, I'm glad somebody told that to you. I guess
I know.
it is just
It was a wonderful wake up call.
yeah.
Out of many.
Those wake up call moments are very important, and I think for this guy, the son in the post, he needs to understand that this is a wake up call, because he isn't unsavable, irreparable. I mean, I wasn't either. I was an asshole, and I was not a good partner.
I think you were.
Sure. I mean, I was an ass. Yeah, I was an asshole, and I was not a good partner. But like, so much can change when you understand how you have not been desirable and how you've been like hurting a person, and you do your best to change and be better. So, I mean, I don't know. This guy is obviously not unfixable, but like, he needs to. This has to be his wake up call, and I think it will be. Once he's done bitching and moaning about it.
If this person is a viewer of any of ours, though, keep your sub up, dude.
Please. You know what? Keep partying, bro.
I talk to this guy. I would love to talk to this guy.
Oh, that'd be great.
I literally. Oh my god. Like, no way this happens. But if he does like hear this, I will talk to you. Let me help you, because you can be helped here for sure.
All right, you ready to vote?
Yeah.
Decision time.
All right. Is the mom the asshole? 3, 2, 1.
No, not at all.
The council has spoken.
All right, third and final one. You prepared for this?
God, I can't wait.
This one,
can't
I
wait.
think, this one's gonna ring near and dear to our own hearts. This does not come from Am I the Asshole? It comes from r/Am I Wrong? Which is an interesting one. Asking not if they behaved poorly, but if they are in the wrong.
Okay.
It's just reinventing Am I the Asshole?
I think it's a version of Am I the Asshole that, like, for people who posted on Am I the Asshole and got like a yes, and they were like, okay, but was I wrong though? Maybe it's like that. Okay. Am I wrong for staying overnight in a hotel because my boyfriend farted on me?
Oh, so good. So good. This is so good. God, I love Reddit.
Yes, you are wrong. Next question.
Okay, here's the first sentence. This sounds absolutely insane. No,
What?
come on.
No.
And it's very humiliating for me, but I need to know if I'm overreacting or not. I, F24, work at a hotel. For context, it's always been offered to staff that if there are rooms available, then we can book ourselves into those rooms for the night. It's mostly done for practicality instead of luxury, and so it's done on a complimentary basis. It's the staff who have a very early morning shift, and so they get to do this. I've never done it up until now. Anyway, Monday was Mark. Well, hi, Mark. My boyfriend's birthday, M25.
Nice.
He didn't want to have his birthday party somewhere busy, and so I booked a private dining room in the hotel I work at for a discounted price. 3-course meal with Mark's family and a few of his friends. Everything was going fine, but in between the main course and dessert, Mark, who is sitting beside me, stood up with his back to me and farted in my face. I was shocked. No. And I still am. I know he meant to do it because he was laughing. He proceeded to mimic running away as he went to the bar to get more drinks. It was a loud fart. I was in the middle of talking to his aunt when he did it. Everyone in our vicinity heard and saw what happened. I'm a timid person, so at the time I stood up and removed myself from the blast zone. I was stunned. I had no idea what to say and was just trying not to cry from embarrassment. I tried to fall back into conversation and act like it didn't happen, but I knew I was going to cry, so I excused myself. After crying in the bathroom, I didn't feel ready to rejoin the celebrations. I walked the lap of the hotel while trying to compose myself when I passed my boss. I must have looked like shit, because he looked concerned. He asked if I was okay. I said I felt a bit sick. He said I can check with the front desk and book into a room if I need to lay down and rest. I checked, and there was a room. Before I left, I went over to Mark, who was at the bar. I told him I didn't feel well and that I'd be upstairs. 4 hours later, Mark texted me asking if he can come over, presuming I was at my home. I told him I was in a hotel room for the night. I could tell he was annoyed. We bickered about everything that happened for a while until he stopped replying. Today I have received a text from Mark, his mother, and his best friend, all of which say Mark shouldn't have farted on me, but that I'm being petty for not telling him about the free hotel room I had, and that I'm making this a bigger deal by trying to punish him by not inviting him up to my room with me. Am I wrong?
Wow.
Do you understand how hard it is for me to side against the farting boyfriend?
Yeah. How do you do this?
I know.
God.
Come
I
on,
want
dude.
so much to shake this man's hand and say, epic farting bit, dude. That was hilarious. But I just can't.
I can't do it, man. Wow. 25 years old.
Oh,
Grown ass
God.
man.
I just
Oh, God.
no, like, oh. Okay.
This is so
This
sad.
hurts me. This hurts me so bad because okay. I'm going to talk a little bit about my relationship now. I'm going to insert myself in this situation. There was like I don't want to say my wife grew up in a prudish house because that's not really true. I don't think that's very fair to my in-laws. But like farting openly was like not something that they did. And honestly, like my wife, like as she was growing up, like held in farts, and she would do it so much it would like hurt her, like give her stomach aches and stuff like that, right? And I was like,
insane behavior.
I was like, no,
yeah.
like that's that farting is like a natural thing. You need to just like do it. Like you fart for a reason. Like it is a bodily process that just happens, and you can't just like keep gas trapped inside you. That's not good, right? So-
yes, thank you, wise one.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. And
I
now,
know
like,
you're being real. It's just so awesome to hear you talk about farts.
well, God, it's so true. Well, now I get Dutch ovened like crazy every night, so that's my own fucking fault. Jesus, but like, she's gonna kill me.
Okay. Sorry, continue.
Anyway, but like, there's a line though. Like, you can't just fart in someone's face. Like, I'm sorry, you can't do that. Like, you could have just farted in the chair and be like, "Oops, sorry," and like walked away. But like, oh my God, even I think it's gross. Do you know how hard you have to work to make me think something is gross?
Yeah, this guy eats a box of Triscuits like a day.
Oh my God, I know. I'm like the Triscuit wood chipper, and like you're making. Come on. You're
Is
a
it
disgrace.
coming out like sawdust?
You're a disgrace to farters everywhere.
Okay.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
I will say I think that I have a similar experience. My wife was not a farting person, and then like one day, literally like 3 years into our relationship, she farted around me, and I was like, "Oh, you farted around me. I'm happy you feel comfortable enough to do that." Wrong thing to say.
Oh, why would you say
now? Now I'll just be sitting around and I'll hear from the other room like, boom, and I'll be like, "What is that?" And we all know what that is.
That sounds great.
Some nights I'll come down to go to bed and I'll find that the bedroom has been turned into like some sort of heating facility, and it's worse with the dog because what will happen is my wife goes to bed like an hour before me. And so I'll put her to bed. She snuggles with the dog. Then I come in, move the dog outside, and then bring the dog back in after it's peed, to sit upstairs. And I go downstairs, sleep with the wife. And sometimes I'll come down, and the wife and the dog have entered into a joint agreement to re-allow the use of chemical warfare. And I'll just have to I'll have to let it air out. I'll have to open some like windows and doors and shit. But like I would say despite, and I'm it's not like I don't fart either. I'm a big farting man.
Yeah.
But like despite all of this, I can't think of a single time that either of us have farted on each other.
On each
I was like,
other.
maybe as a bit once or twice, maybe like in college, but like I certainly can't think of a scenario where we would deliberately fart on each other at a semi-formal
No
event.
kidding.
I would like
That's unreal.
it's disrespectful.
Yes.
It's fucked up.
Yes.
It sounds like a movie style, bully setup situation to embarrass the queen of the prom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like insane style embarrassment for no reason other than to, I guess, troll or whatever.
Yeah, what this stinks to me up. I shouldn't have said that. You know what this?
Oh, dude, it stinks a lot.
Yeah, this one does stink a lot. It's just like public embarrassment of your partner. Like, haha, that's so funny. Ha ha ha.
Awful.
I'm embarrassing my girlfriend.
Oh, hold up.
You know?
No. I think that's an important part of a relationship is being annoying in public.
No, okay, being annoying is different.
That's
but like
fine.
there's a difference though. Like making fun of your partner as like your only sense of humor. You know what I'm talking about. You know the dudes that do that shit.
I love doing the thing where like my wife will kiss me in public and I'll be like, "Oh, that's my sister. What is she doing?" Like I love doing that kind of shit.
That's different though.
Funny.
That's funny. Like you can just be obnoxious. Being obnoxious and annoying is different than intentionally being like making fun of your partner or being.
Yeah,
mean
you're
to
not
them.
a bully. That's not bullying.
Yeah, this is
This
literally
is
like
bullying.
Yeah, what's he gonna do next? Like fucking wedgie her in front of everybody? Like kick her school books on the ground? Like
Hey,
what the fuck?
what's up, baby? Love you. Take this swirly.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, I mean it's insane. I can't believe he did this. I also can't believe the reactions from everyone. I think it was right to text her and be like, "Hey, sorry that I farted in your fucking face." Like you probably should have done that. But you're being very petty by not revealing to me that you had a voucher for a hotel room.
Why? And it's not just him. It's like the whole family.
I like the mother being like, "You are being petty by not informing him you had a free hotel room and inviting him up to fuck you." Like, I would not expect that to be something that my mother would communicate to my significant other.
This shit is
Like-
so weird.
Also, she works at a hotel. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
like, The
exactly.
first instinct is to be like, well, she works at a hotel, so that makes sense. That's it. That's all you think. Not what? Free voucher? No, dumbass. I work there.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Okay. Just objectively looking at all this, just kind of zooming out from the situation here. This is just a classic case of boundary crossing, right? Whether if it was a fart on the face or something else in public that was an embarrassing crossing of boundaries. It was a crossing of boundaries, right? And when a person's boundaries get crossed, that person has every right to be like, I don't want to look at you right now. Like, I am very upset with you that you did something that was like a violation. Like, I feel violated right now. And she has every right to feel this way. Like, this is just so, like,
it's gross.
It's
so
gross.
God, but when you were reading it, Joseph, it was the funniest retelling. Like, just like so funny.
It's so fucking funny. Oh God.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm also reading through their other replies, and she said, prior to this, he has never said anything degrading to me, nor has he ever farted on me before this. He doesn't even find farts crude humor funny. So I was so confused and shocked by every aspect of this. Wow.
Do you think he like heard his first fart joke is on like YouTube and he was like, I'm gonna dip my foot into this world. Let me take a crack.
And just dove in instead of dipping the toe in. He just dove face first into the fart world.
Yeah. Sorry, babe. This was my first time hearing that farts are funny. I didn't really. I guess I should have educated myself about the context. Like it's like a guy like doing like racist jokes, but he's like, sorry, I didn't do the work. I didn't learn the meaning of these farts before I just went for it. I understand that, like, you know, not every situation is permissible to take a big doo-doo poo-poo over my wife's face.
Stop.
I've done a lot of learning and growing since I went.
Oh, God damn it, I'm a child.
It's so good. It's so funny.
God damn it, farts are funny. and he ruined
Farts are
it.
so funny, but this
Ugh.
guy's insane.
Guy
What if he
sucks.
like what if you say like, hey, that was gross, and he like goes anti-woke on it? He's like, oh, so I can't even make fart jokes anymore.
This is
Biden's
feminism's
America.
fault.
It's literally
This is what
Biden's America.
feminism has done is it made it so I can't fart on my girlfriend's face.
It's true. It's very true.
Farts are woke now.
Also, that's
Yeah.
also okay. I'm gonna be woke about farts right now because like farting on someone's face is actually dangerous. You can give them pink eye for that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Clean your asshole. What do you like? I don't. Never.
It
mind.
is never. Nope. I'm not doing this. I'm not arguing about
You
the
should
science
be-
of farts with you right now.
You should be douching every time you take a shit. You should be doing bottom prep work like every time
I
you
am
spread your cheeks to
submitting
drop a
a
dump.
petition to the Supreme Court begging you to shut up.
Have you seen the Supreme Court? They're gonna side with me, baby. Oh my God. You know the founders. They would douche for hours a day.
George Washington, big farter.
It's right in the name, George Washington. He was. Holy! Oh my God! I'll tell you when I. Oh no! This we're
sucks.
done. We're done.
Nah,
No, we're done.
We're done. We're done.
All right. Anyone want to conclude with any important life lessons they've learned today about?
Before we
taking
conclude,
a big stinky
can we
fart.
talk about why did he mimic running away?
Oh, he's like, oh, what if I guess I should
what
run
did I
away.
just
I'm
do?
gonna be in the doghouse for this one.
Like, yeah, you farted on her face.
It was just like me committing a crime and then like miming running away. Oh, I better not go to jail.
Oh, and then I crush you.
Oh my God. I will say, I think this man needs to suffer for what he's done to the
Yes,
legion of
yes.
To the
farting,
farting
husbands. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
really given the farting community a bad name. We need to teach him a lesson.
We need
We
to
gotta fart him out.
Yeah. He no longer will he be allowed to fart. We're gonna show up at his house with a bottle of crazy glue and we're sealing that shit shut.
Just like a comically large cork. Just
Yeah. It's going like oh man.
oh.
Decision time.
All right, is the woman wrong for being, I guess, a little petty to the boyfriend? 3, 2, 1. No, it's
No.
The council has spoken.
also, you know what? I hate to be like this. This is one of those situations you got to dump
You
him.
gotta go.
There's no way you're
Yep.
coming. This
Yup.
one is not going to
Yeah.
improve. I want very much for this relationship to continue because I am pro farting, but no, it's over.
Well, like, I just don't understand why he did this. Where did this come from?
I'm down with the YouTube theory. I'm
just-
down with the theory where he found some funny ass fart joke for the first
Wait,
time.
this is hilarious. It's like a guy finding like they just get auto recommended like Shane Gillis stand up and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to try this." But it's like fart jokes from Jeff Dunham circa 2005. He's like, "Oh my God, this shit is
Have you
crazy."
seen this jalapeno on a stick, guys?
Has anyone ever made jokes like this before? Oh my God, whoa. Oh, holy shit.
I'm literally, there's tears in my eyes.
Oh, there were tears in her eyes too.
Yeah, because she
Oh,
got
please
pink
Shut up.
eye.
I'm begging you to shut up.
Oh my God. Okay, all right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Good night.